Hey everybody, welcome to Rider Club Radio, the internet's top podcast about podcasting about Kamen Rider, hosted by two guys who live Kamen Rider, one from America, one from Canada, and it's about Kamen Rider. I'm your host, Jeff.
And I'm Liam.
And this week we watched Kamen Rider Exaid episode 38, and that's it.
That's fucking it, folks.
That is literally it.
For the first week in, like, a year, we only watched one episode this week.
Can you believe that we used to do this all the time? Just the whole episode that was about one episode.
Oh my god.
It's the funniest part about that is our podcast is like an hour long, right? And the episode's like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Well, if you talk for 6 minutes about each minute, then you're set.
I guess that's true. We're not going to be doing that this time, so please stop trying to turn off your podcast player.
What was your opinion on minute 11, Jeff?
My opinion on minute 11 is it was fucking shit. It barely lived up to minute 10.
Really, I thought it started going downhill after minute 5.
I think you started going downhill after minute 5.
Oh, that's what my mother said.
Damn, I was going for like a sexual joke, but
No.
you took it to like a even more depressing place.
That was like the beginning of my life. Like 5 minutes were amazing, and then it's like, oh shit.
Oh god, this is my baby. Oh no.
Jesus Christ, it's Liam.
They named you and went, oh wait, no, what have I done? So Liam, why don't you tell us about episode 38 of Kamen Rider Exaid?
Okay, this week on Kamen Rider Exaid, Snipe is in critical condition from getting beat up by Brave. He's going to the hospital.
Brave didn't beat him up.
He's getting beat up by,
He got beat up by Graphito.
Graphite, that's right, Brave was there. He gets beat up by Graphite, and he goes to a hospital, and they're like, gosh, gee willikers, we have every reason to believe that Brave will assist in this operation, so let's call him, because he's the only one. And
he is the only doctor on the entire island
on Earth who can do it.
He's it. He's the only doctor in Japan or surrounding countries.
They couldn't call another Agito. He was busy.
He was fucking... Well, alright, I guess that's a spoiler.
He's busy fucking.
He's busy fucking pretty ladies and maybe dudes. We don't know.
It's never clear. They have to call Hero, the only person who can perform open heart surgery, because Snipe's heart is fucked up. And
He's
all the
the only
valves have
heart
to be
doctor.
replaced. Yeah. Emu's looking at it and he's like, this is jacked. So they call Brave, and Brave's like, I don't know. And meanwhile, a fight that it seems inconsequential at first, but it goes somewhere. Masamune appears, and he fights Parrot and Graphite. He's like, Brave can't do it, obviously he sucks. I'm gonna kill Parrot, and then Exaid can't transform, and then I'll win. So they have a big fight, and Dan and Laser show up, they have a big fight, and during the fight, Graphite infects Masamune with the Bugster virus, the Gamdius virus.
Gamdius
virus. And I believe this time he can't get rid of it, because he doesn't have any riders on his side that can do it.
Yeah.
So he's got that. Yeah, for the longest time I was like, what the fuck was the point of that scene? He can just get rid of it. And then I was like, wait, no, he can't.
No, he can't.
He can't this time. Maybe there'll be some bullshit where he just gets rid of it anyways, but for now it seems like he just can't. So he's got the Gamdius virus in him. They all fuck off like they always do in Exaid. They just fuck off. And Hero shows up at the hospital, and they're like, oh good, he's operating. Thank Jeebus, he's gonna save Snipe. And Laser shows up and is like, no, he's not. Masamune told me that he told Brave to kill Snipe, or else he's gonna kill his girlfriend. And everyone's like, no shit.
Yeah, Nico throws a fucking fit.
She loses it because she's clearly in love with this man who's like 12 years older than her.
That's fine.
Is losing her shit.
She's at least 18, I guess? I don't know.
I think she's 16.
Really?
I think she's 16. I think. That's my guess.
I had a debate with a friend of the show, Ian Vaffler, about this, who was trying to do mathematics at me to figure out what her age is. But you can't follow a timeline because Tekken 7 came out 6 years ago in this world.
If she was 10 years old at the time of Tekken 7's release, no.
She is 10 years old.
She is 10 years old. Whatever, look. I think she's 16. That's my guess.
See, I thought she was 17 or 18.
I could see 17 or 18, like a youthful 18-year-old.
But wait, how old is Emu?
Emu is 20, I want to say?
Wow, there was not 2 years difference in that flashback.
Yeah, that's true. She's clearly like 9 years old, and Emu is at least 18 in that flashback.
Which was 6 years ago, which
is
again
6 years
doesn't
ago.
make any sense
So
with
he'd
the
be
timeline.
14?
I don't know. This
Look,
is not describing what happened in the show.
no one gives a fuck. No one cares.
It's creepy, is the point.
It's a little... As long as Snipe doesn't love her back, it's acceptable. He deals with her. He just puts up with her.
This is like a Leon the Professional situation.
Mm-hmm, exactly. As long as he doesn't love her back, it's perfectly normal. It's like a high schooler having a crush on Leo DiCaprio, except she follows him around everywhere.
Which probably happens.
Which I'm sure happened at least once. So Emu fights Masamune on the roof. He's like, I'm gonna take care of this and go up to the roof and beat up Masamune. Masamune says, if you transform, I'll kill his girlfriend, and just starts kicking Emu around. And Hiro, in the end, decides to save Snipe. He does it. And Masamune actually makes good on his promise, deletes the girlfriend. So they fight Masamune, they beat him up, but he gets away at the last second. He shoots his game Buggle shoot, and he disappears.
Buggle visor.
Bug visor, that's it. And,
Buggle visor.
No, it's the bug visor, but it's also
the Buggle driver.
Buggle driver. That's it. It's the bug visor, and then it turns into the Buggle driver.
We're getting into a lot of semantics in this episode. We gotta fill the time somehow, I guess. Gotta put something in the podcast.
Yeah, something. No more Amazons.
Oh.
Not until next year. So Brave loses it. He has a little breakdown. He's like, I gotta be alone, and then has a little cry to himself. And Snipe recovers. Thank goodness. So, Jeff, what did you think of Exaid 38?
This was a good episode.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
It was a really good episode. Like, I feel like if they would have continued the whole, like, I'm so conflicted, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna kill your fucking girlfriend. Well, I guess I'll do it. It would have gotten old fairly soon.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is the best outcome for that. Like, he had his great character-driven growth moment where he realized that protecting humanity is more important than his girlfriend who's already been dead for 5 years.
I like that it's not a Rider thing in the end. It's not like transform and do this big cartoony Rider kick on your friend or I'll kill your girlfriend. It's like, yeah, just cut his throat in the operating room.
It's murder a fellow human being with a knife.
Purposely fuck up and have him die on the table during open heart surgery. Which is,
you know what I was thinking about during that entire scene?
What?
Is like, Nico runs up and she's like, he's gonna fail the operation on purpose and kill him, and everybody looks at Brave in the operating room. And then, like, later on when he drops the thing, they all look at him. What if he would have failed, like, by accident? What if he just would have not been good enough?
Well,
everybody would have been like, holy shit, he killed him on purpose!
And then he's in jail.
Yeah.
What I thought was Nico. Imagine if Nico bust in during like a really critical part, and Brave just like got startled and slipped and fucked up and killed him. Like he just like his hand twitched because this girl started like shouting at him.
It played like the wacky director Kagami music when she busted in and he killed him.
Suddenly there's just blood spouting, and he's like, "Whoops!
Oh no,
Nico!
Nani?"
Like, don't yell at a surgeon while he's doing fucking open heart surgery, you idiot.
Well, I mean, she had her reaction was not over dramatic to me. If I found out the doctor was going to murder my friend who was in the operating room, I would have done everything in my power to stop him.
Yeah, probably.
If the guy who beat me at Tekken 7 said, calm down, it's gonna be okay, that wouldn't change shit for me.
Yeah, if I was Brave, I would have cut the guy's throat. Fuck it.
Damn!
Yeah, fuck that guy. Snipe? Kidding me?
You would have murdered a human being.
I would trade Snipe's life for any cute girl, really. Didn't even have to be my girlfriend. I would trade him right away. Fuck that guy.
Liam, you are a monster. Snipe is everyone's best friend. He's done nothing but help the whole show, remember?
Snipe's only been nice. The entire show.
I feel like it's a little, like, shouldn't Snipe be like, you traded your girlfriend's life for mine? What are you, dumb? I told you not to.
Maybe they'll deal with that next episode.
Maybe, but yeah, the whole time I was just thinking, like, Snipe's kind of a bitch. I mean...
Yeah, a little bit.
Killing somebody is going too far, I guess, but could have had your girlfriend. He wasn't ever going to get his girlfriend. Masamune would have just fucking held that over his head for the rest of his life.
Yeah, because the second Masamune lets his girlfriend go, obviously Hiro's going to turn and kill him. Yeah. So no, he'd be stupid to ever give him his girlfriend back.
He is pretty stupid, though.
That's true, he's a dumb guy.
He's a giant fucking prick, though, I'll tell you that much.
I will say I really enjoyed Hiro's little mini-villain arc, though. I liked it a lot.
I did, too.
There was some real conflict.
It was a great ending to have him, like, break down in the rain.
Yeah, it wasn't like a single manly tear. He curls up into a ball and starts sobbing.
Dude, there's a moment in this episode that fans of Rider Club Radio might be pointing and screaming at us already, saying, that's exactly like Ghost, and you made fun of that so much in Ghost. Why aren't you making fun of it in Exaid?
What's that?
When Exaid and Brave both say their little catchphrases and then transform over dramatically. I will say, cringed a little bit when Exaid said his, since it was super out of place.
Yeah.
Hiro saying, you're the cancer of this world, and I will excise you.
Was very cool.
Pretty much the dopest fucking line a writer has ever said.
I liked, when he came out of the operating room and they're like, Hiro, did you kill her? And he says, there is nothing I cannot cut. I actually misread the subs for a second. I thought they said, there are some things that I cannot cut. And I was like, holy fuck!
He killed him?
He killed him? And then I was like, oh no. I paused.
He was wearing the white lab coat. He's a good guy.
I read it wrong, I see, yeah. But yeah, that scene was good. Emu's catchphrases weren't a little thin, but...
A little bit. It doesn't fit the situation 90% of the time.
Who are you saving with your own hands in that case, Emu?
Like, who's... You're changing his fate, like, to being dead? Is that what you're saying? It just doesn't fit.
How are they gonna keep Masamune as a threat as long as Emu's around?
Yeah, here's the thing, like, Masamune was a threat because he had Brave with him, right? And Brave could back him up. But Emu's been able to trounce his fucking shit in for, like, 3 episodes now.
Like, Masamune's main thing is worthless against Emu. Garbage.
And I mean, he has the O's metal thing that has all the power-ups in it.
that was some toy commercial shit.
Yeah, it was. But it is literally the O's metal holder from O's.
He's like, you think I only have gashats? I also have this briefcase full of power-ups, only $49.99 from your Bandai online store. You can have it too. And
then he looks at the camera and his helmet winks. Wink!
That's the special Game Master Gashat ability.
He can shill his products at any time and any place.
He ought to bring Kuga on board to his team. The Master Shill.
It's even good cold. I truly can't believe in Kuga any longer after he said that to me.
Look, we all enjoy some McDonald's every now and again. It's a guilty pleasure.
But it's not cold. You don't eat cold McDonald's.
That's true. I probably wouldn't eat cold. Well,
that is literal garbage.
When he says cold, does he mean like fridge cold or like room temperature cold? Because that's a difference.
I mean, it's the difference between garbage and garbage that's in toxic waste.
Because I would eat room temperature McDonald's in a New York minute. But
I would eat room temperature McDonald's burgers or chicken nuggets or something. Never the fries, though. Like, the fries have a shelf life of literally 15 minutes before they are inedible.
You gotta consume them pretty quick.
Yeah. It's like a race against time when you drive to get McDonald's and you're going home. You better get home before that shit cools down.
That's why I just Uber Eats that shit.
It's basically like in Ocarina of Time when you get that shit that spoils.
The eye drops or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to get them to Kakariko Village or whatever.
Exactly the same thing. I can't warp either or else the fries go bad instantly. It's real frustrating.
It's really frustrating because why does it give me the power to warp with my Ocarina?
Can't even use it.
If I can't use it.
To get the fries. I want Snipe to be a villain again.
He's not gonna be. They're all bestest friends forever
I
now.
want him to be a villain. I want them to do, like, I guess it would be shitty at this point if, like, now Snipe is gonna turn over, but I want them to do anything with him. Like, give him some kind of, like, Hero's had his thing. I'm happy with Hero.
He still wants to murder Graphite real bad.
Okay, but who doesn't?
Emu.
Like, Emu's not gonna stop him, though. Like, it's not a conflict.
It's not really a conflict between the main characters, I guess, but it is a conflict.
I guess, but I want Snipe to have an inner conflict. Like, Hero has his inner conflict.
His inner conflict is still there. I mean, it's
even
worse now.
I want them to use it.
Hopefully they do use it, but it's even worse now because not only was he originally responsible for Hero's girlfriend getting murdered, he is now double responsible for it because Hero had to give her up in order to save him.
Oh, God, I hope they touch on that.
Because that would be great.
There's a perfect character arc, like, pre-packaged and pre-written for you, Toei. Please use it.
Here's hoping. Why don't I write this shit?
Because Snipe is, like, Brave, if they don't do anything with him for the rest of the show from here on, I'm hesitant to say I'm actually kind of okay with that after this. He had his limelight.
Yeah, he's got his arc now.
Yeah, I'm okay with him.
It wasn't as good as
it
could have been, but it was still good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I like when good characters go bad and have to make hard decisions. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Brave had his cool thing.
He definitely had to make some real hard decisions, and he makes the wrong decisions several times as well.
That's the point. That's the best part. And I really hope Snipe gets his turn now. Snipe has to have his turn, his little, like, 5 to 10 episode thing. Snipe was already a
villain once, though.
Yeah, but the Hero was also, like, they have their beginning thing.
Hero was a prick, but he wasn't a villain.
Yeah, but listen to me, hear me out. They have the same kind of thing. Right. They show up, here's their shtick, they come around, right? Hero and Snipe kind of both have that. They have their shtick, and then they come around, and then Hero gets an arc. So now it's Snipe's turn to get his arc.
Snipe getting an arc I'm cool with, absolutely. Yeah. I just don't want him to become like a villain again. That'd be so cheap after what happened with Hero. Again.
I want him to become not the same way as Hero. Maybe like he goes his own way and turns against everyone for some reason. Even like Nico could go with him, or maybe he turns against Nico. I don't know. And he has to have a real reason. No hostage shit. I'd be happy with that.
What real reason could he have, though?
He fucking Amu pissed in his Cheerios. I don't know. I don't know. Just something.
I'm really glad you don't write this show, though.
The next episode preview is just Amu pissing in a bowl of Cheerios.
Couldn't find the toilet this morning, and your bowl was looking mighty fine, so...
It was an emergency, Snipe. Please forgive me.
Never. Unforgivable.
What's Snipe's catchphrase?
I don't know. His catchphrase is having really terrible hair.
I'll shoot you. His hair looks so bad. It looks like he's got a skunk on his head.
I'll shoot you. That's his catchphrase. I'll do it, man.
I'm fucking crazy. Don't think I won't do it. With his big cartoon gun.
Imagine him, like, robbing a bank, right? With that cartoon gun, and then he actually fucking, like, shoots a guard or something, and they just bleed out on the floor.
No, if you get shot with the cartoon gun, a little, like a big, like some sparks fall out of your chest, and you kind of fly back. It's concussive. It's like Cyclops' eye blasts.
He's got punch beams.
He's got punch beams out of the gun. You just fall down.
Unless you get, like, punch shot in the chest, and then your heart... aorta explodes or what the fuck ever.
If it's point blank, then you're fucked. But any other range, you're good.
Oh
well. Here's hoping Snipe shoots a guy in the chest before the end of the show.
Snipe's a good guy now. They all fucking love each other. You saw the end of the episode. They all kissed.
I don't like that. I don't like when all the riders become best friends.
I do. I love the journey to that, right? Where the characters are constantly at odds with each other, and eventually they come together as a team.
Yeah, I guess. And it was nice that it was, like, nice and gradual. It wasn't, like, an instant...
I mean, they were false starts where it seemed like everybody was on a team or whatever, but they weren't ever really all on a team together.
I always liked the ending of the episode with where they introduce the Monster Hunter Geshat, where Emery's like, yeah, we all used it and we won together. We're a team now, right? And everyone's like, fuck no. And they all walk in different directions.
No, we had to. Fuck you.
That was good.
Overall, it was a really good episode, though, and I'm really glad that Hero got his development that he was sorely lacking for quite a while in the series. I guess if you're looking at it from like a long-term perspective, it wasn't very long that he went without having any sort of development, but
it was enough.
Watching it week by week, it felt like forever.
Yeah, it was enough. It was a good month or so.
Which is only 4 episodes.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I did too. Next episode seems like it's going to be just as dramatic, just as heart-wrenching. Because, like, when you think about it, I know we're not supposed to be watching the next episode preview, but we've done it forever.
I watched it,
so.
Yeah. It was only that one time I didn't do it just to see.
Parrot, I feel for Parrot in that little shot in the next episode preview where he's like, I wasn't created just to be killed by you.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that? To have your only purpose to exist in any way, shape, or form to be killed for somebody else's amusement.
It's pretty fucked up.
That is absolutely fucked up. I'd never even really thought about that with any depth or whatever, but seeing his emotional reaction to that made me sit and think about it for a minute, and it's fucked.
It's interesting. It's also what I like about Heart, where like you have that not the main villain, but like a main villain whose goal is like my people are being killed.
Yeah. I have to do something for my people. Yeah. I have to fight back for my people.
The Bugsters, they're not just video game enemies. We're alive.
We were just video game enemies, but now we're alive.
Now,
so
thanks to
fuck
Dan.
You.
This is all Dan's fault. This is all
really
Dan's fault. The entire thing.
And the weirdest part about it is, like, I guess that takes a little bit of the bite out of the Bugsters. Is Parrot, is angry at humanity for killing Bugsters or whatever, but they were killing them, like, before they gained sentience.
Mm-hmm.
So he's mad about shit from before he was a person that was happening to not him.
Before anything was a person.
It's really strange.
It's a little... I can see his reasoning.
Maybe he has, like, memories of it or whatever. I don't know.
Maybe they were always people. Yeah, maybe they remember all those times they got killed.
Dude, if they were always people, that'd be fucked up. That is some Toy Story shit right there. Good episode. Really looking forward to the next one.
Cool.
I can safely say that I didn't finish out this episode thinking that it was just a prelude to something else.
Yeah.
I felt like there was some real-ass closure in this episode.
Yeah. It was really good.
How about some news?
Sure, I have 2 news pieces.
Give them!
We got some pieces of photographies of Kamen Rider Build shooting.
Oh, yeah?
And it reveals nothing, because it's really far away. It's really far away. All you can see is there is a crane holding something.
Maybe they're building something.
I don't know if the crane is part of this, like, actually going to be in the shot, or if it's to lift a guy up or something.
It's probably for, like, a camera.
Probably just, to hold it. It's a big-ass crane is the thing. It's not like a camera crane. It's like a big fucking crane. So
shit, I don't know. Maybe it's holding, like, a prop up or something.
Maybe it's holding a big giant thing. Who knows? That's all we know.
Knows?
Cranes. It's coming.
There's gonna be cranes in Kamen Rider Build, everybody. In one way or another.
Although, I can't believe we're talking this much about a fucking crane. It's probably not part of the actual show if Build's theme turns out to be Gundams. Because it's not construction, it's Gundams.
Gunpla, not Gundams.
Sorry. Gunpla. Fucking nerd.
God. Why would you attack me like that on my own program?
Our own program.
It's mine now, bitch, when I replace you.
Yeah, with who?
Tomas.
No, that'll never fly. He doesn't have the star power like I do.
I guess that's true. Nobody draws people in like Liam.
Oh, I couldn't keep a straight face when you said that.
Give me more news.
Okay, so this week you might have noticed on Exaid that Dan Masamune had a curious briefcase full of medals.
Yeah.
They're selling that.
You're shitting me that they're already selling that case.
Oh, of course. Of fucking course they are.
Oh my God, Toei, your game is so tight!
But here's the thing. It has all the power-ups, but it also has Legend Rider stuff, all the I think it does the 7 legendary ones. And guess who made the cut? No, it's a bunch of Showa Riders on it. But guess who made the cut? Tackle.
Yeah?
She got a little power-up. She got a little tackle power-up.
Is she called Kamen Rider Tackle?
Fuck no.
Fuck.
Just tackle. Electrowave human tackle.
I guess that would be like a huge retcon at this point.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, no one ever referred to her as Kamen Rider before, and they gave like several bullshit excuses in all this different media as to why
because
she
she
isn't.
has a vagina or anything.
No, of course not. I can't believe. I remember in those Decade things. Remember those little Decade web movies they released about the history of Kamen Rider? They were talking about female riders, and they're like, the first female rider in rider history to actually carry the title was Kamen Rider Femme from that shitty garbage Ryuki movie.
Yep.
Not even in a TV show. You give her a fucking episode final can suck my ass. God, that movie sucks.
This man is bitter. This man is so bitter.
We should do episode final for a...
We might.
Oh, God,
I don't know if I want to
bad.
watch that again. But...
I would love to watch it again. Yeah, so you get Tackle. Tackle's a medal. Prepare yourself.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Is that all your newses?
That's all my news, man. Nothing happened this week.
On this week, on Kamen Rider Amazons.
Oh.
Now on to mail.
Chihiro was alive.
Nah.
The whole time.
Nah.
He just got some blood on the... He and EU got some blood on the armlet while they were taking it off, and then they went to a farm and lived forever.
Yeah, they got sent upstate to the farm.
They're in a villa in the south of France.
Our first message is a message from Twitter from Anachronist, who says, "Hey Jeff and Liam, it's been a while. Just did a big move to Pennsylvania. Passed through your state, Jeff. It sucks and I hated it. Well, that makes 2 of us."
I was going to say, is Jeff going to take offense to this? Probably not.
Nope.
Yeah.
Also, late to the party, but Muteki is awful. I've said it from the earliest, and Liam is actually right from once.
Thank you. Fuck Muteki.
God, bad taste all around this week.
Nope, shitty form.
My question for you two this week, what was/is a gaming handheld that you liked a lot or just liked the look of? Mine's gotta be the Game Boy Micro. It's so small, and so many good games on the Advance, not to mention the potential with one of those multi-cart systems, which we don't sponsor any micro carts like micro SD, which you can get now on the internet. Also, what other rider suits does Muteki remind you of? I'm always reminded of Blade's final form, which, no spoilers for Liam, is also a golden final form, but 1,000,000 times better, and Muteki just reminds me of what a letdown it is. Thanks a lot. Estranged acquaintance of the show, Anna.
Estranged acquaintance of the show. That's
a new one.
It's a new one.
I actually really love the old brick Game Boy. There's something super nostalgic.
There's a real charm to that Game Boy.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit if you compare it to any other handheld. But
it's got like a liquid crystal display, and it's so bad. But
there's something super nostalgic about it. But when it comes to actual handhelds that like I still fucking play a Game Boy, but I don't know. There's something about the Game Boy Advance. But I'm gonna have to give it to the Game Boy Color.
Really?
Yeah, I had a Game Boy Color that was like the Play It Loud Game Boy Color.
Oh,
that was
the see-through purple one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Dude, that thing was dope. I love it.
Your Game Boy wasn't worth shit if it wasn't see-through purple.
No, you could throw that shit in the landfill where it belongs.
I love the GBA SP because I was
True.
blown away that I could play in a dark room and not have to. I was one of those idiots with you remember the worm light for the GBA?
Oh yeah, that you like clicked onto the top of that shit.
Yeah, you plug it into the top so you can see what the fuck you're doing. I was astonished at how clear the screen looked with that backlight.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you can't beat the DS's library, so that's a tough choice.
You know, you're right. I had like a tank DS, right, that could survive like a nuclear holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved the shit out of it. It was red, and it looked like it had just been beaten with a bat, but it worked perfectly.
Yeah,
and
the
then
DS...
I got the later DS that was all sleek.
DS Lite.
And the DS Lite, and I dropped it from like below shin height, like right where my shin meets my fucking foot. And it never worked again.
Yeah, there's a very clear cutoff when they stopped using Nintendium, and that's the DS to the DS Lite.
Yep.
It's just like in OA turning to shit, you can like pinpoint the exact moment.
You know, the funny part is if you go to the Nintendo store in New York City, there's a Game Boy, like a brick gray Game Boy, that was in Desert Storm and was blown the fuck up in a building. And it still plays Tetris.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts. I
dropped my DS Lite from ankle height, and it never worked again.
I knew no fewer than 2 people whose top screens of their DS were hanging on by a thread and still worked. The original DS.
That's how mine was.
Yeah. But yeah, the DS Lite's a lot more fragile. I say DS because I still play DS games to this day. Like I just finished.
I do too.
I just finished Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney 2, which is very good.
The whole Ace Attorney series
Ace Attorney.
is so fucking good.
And now I'm playing Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. There's just so many good DS games. Pretty good game.
It's a great game.
Pretty tough.
Oh, man. I probably have to agree that DS has the best library by far.
Yeah, the GBA's library is really good. Don't get me wrong, but
what was the GBA Advance that looked like a little claptrap Nintendo, like an NES?
That was the SP.
The SP?
Yeah.
I think visually that's the coolest looking one.
Yeah, that was the first one that had the backlight. That was the one that blew me away. As for what Muteki looks like, it reminded me of Kiwami because it's a big, ugly piece of shit.
You know, I didn't dislike Kiwami that much either.
Really?
I mean, it's crappy, but it's not the worst.
Oh my god, it's so ugly.
It's crappy, but it's not the worst.
Nope.
Muteki, however, is one of the best.
I can't.
And it does remind me of Blade King form, but it's way goofier and sillier.
I can't believe
I've got numbers behind me, man.
I can't believe you have the numbers behind you is the most astonishing thing. Like, I can believe 1 or 2 guys saying, hey, Muteki's not so bad, but like, the general opinion of the fan base is that Muteki's good. I'm gobsmacked by that. I really can't believe it.
Sometimes good taste prevails, Liam.
No, not in this case.
Sometimes you're an idiot, like all the time.
Fuck you.
Thanks for writing in, Anna. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Our next message is from Sesker, coming straight out of our Discord, Rider Club Radio Discord.
Straight out of Compton.
Crazy motherfucker named Sesker. Who says, what do you guys think is the likelihood of getting an Amazon Season 3? Or do you think they'll do another show or remake? I think the likelihood is 100%.
I mean, with that ending stinger, it's pretty likely.
They set it up. There's no way they're not going to knock it down.
Yeah. Plus,
especially
Amazon's
with how well Amazon's has been doing.
Amazon's has been successful. Like we said before, it's a risk that paid off, and I think they'd rather just do that again instead of trying another risk that might not pay off.
Thank you, Sesker.
Thank you.
Our next message, straight out of the Discord, is from Melodic Tread, who asks, what's the worst suit in Exaid? My answer is Brave Safari Gamer.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
It's pretty bad.
Oh, I was hoping you hadn't seen it, because I saw it for the first time, and it is so fucking goofy.
It's like the hideous, awful... Like, the fucking Monster Hunter form is not that good looking, but, like, paint it like a fucking leopard, and it looks way worse.
It's so silly. The head, it looks like an actual, like a fucking, like, wooden cat puppet.
Yeah.
That they just opened up and put on the head.
It's so bad.
I wanted the live reaction of you seeing it for the first time.
I've seen it before.
What a shame.
I think one of the worst looking suits, if we're talking about the actual show, I'm going to lay out Muteki, and I'm going to say Exaid's suit that includes... You know the suit when he just has the head of Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
That's, I think, one of the ugliest. It looks so dumb with just the head, just that big-ass bulky dragon face over your face.
I can agree with that.
That's pretty bad.
It does look pretty stupid.
Did you notice this week that Laser uses Shakuriki Sports when he's fighting? He's got the bikes on his shoulder. That's so cool. I like that they're willing to just put that on him.
Yeah, it's good that, like, he's got something.
Yeah.
They're like level 0. What does that even mean?
He's level -3? I don't know. I don't know what it means when he puts it on.
I don't. He's level 2.
Just like Dragon Ball, let's just abandon. They've pretty much abandoned levels, just like Dragon Ball. Just fuck power levels past a certain point.
I guess.
Doesn't matter anymore.
Our first email, but next message,
okay,
is from Ian, who says, "Hey, Rider Club Radio. In the past, you guys have talked about potentially wanting a Rider series with toned-down gimmicks and a more back-to-basics approach, a la Kuga or Agito. How would you make a series with a more basic gimmick still seem exciting in this post-decade world?" That is a very good question.
See, it's easy to make a series like that exciting to us, adults.
But making it exciting to, like, the
kids is almost impossible because, like, Rider right now is based on toy sales more than ever. And you can't really have that big, expansive toy line on a show like Kuga. What?
For the big, expansive toy line is sort of like the idea I had for Build before, where, like, you put a new item into your belt or whatever to get a part added onto, like, your arm or something, where you have just a base suit and, like, you have different weapons that give you, like, a different arm and weapon, or a different left arm and weapon, or a different leg and weapon, but it's still the base suit.
Yeah, what you could do is just keep it to one rider, Kuga style, one rider, but just give him a shit zillion weapons and armor pieces and stuff, like, that he builds onto himself. So you could still have a pretty big toy line out of that, and, like, lots of different forms and stuff.
That's true.
But you can keep it condensed to one rider and, like, have all these non-rider characters who can show that world of non-rider that Kuga does so well. Just his friends and his coworkers and stuff, and his relatives.
Yeah, I mean, if you basically just did a Kuga story with modern rider forms and shit for the one character,
you could do it.
And you had, like, a really solid story built around it.
Maybe, like, one villain rider, but, like, keep the riders to a minimum.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be one rider. Like, Agito has 4, technically.
4, yeah.
And
3.5, kind of.
3 actual main ones or whatever, but its story is a lot more straightforward and less, like, contrived than a lot of modern series.
I feel like if we had Agito, but with all the characters constantly pulling out new forms and shit every time, like, when Agito changes forms, it means nothing, but when G3X appears, it's like a huge arc. It's like a big arc about G3X, and you can't really, it's not as easy to do something like that in a series when everyone's getting a form every three episodes. There's a new form.
I feel like this is something that, like, the people at Toei have probably thought extensively about.
I'm sure at some point, yeah.
Like, how do we recapture some of the audience or some of the ideals that we had when we first set out with Rider to make, like, brand new, exciting things while still maintaining our audience? And if they can't figure out a way to make money using a concept, then we can't.
You could do it and make it good, but I'm not sure if it would be profitable. Like, there is still astonishingly, there's a toy market for adults. Idiots like us. We buy toys, and obviously there's people in Japan that are buying all these pre-order only and, like, $100 real action hero figures. The kids aren't buying that shit. It's clearly adults. So there's some kind of market there, but it's a different market that you target.
Well, that's what Amazon's is for.
Yeah. But even Amazon's...
It's like targeting it's getting a little, like, shoving shit in your belty.
Yeah.
Which seemed, like, really out of left field. Like, if there was one thing I had to pick that would never be in an Amazon-style show, it would be shoving shit in your belt. And then they start immediately in the second season.
They go right into it.
It's so out of place and weird, but it's just because I have such a, like, connotation with it.
It'd be cool if they explained what the fluid that they were putting in the belt was a little more. There's one scene where they're injecting it straight into EU's neck, But I don't believe they ever say exactly what it is. If they put some kind of science behind it, I think I'd be a little more accepting of it.
It's just there.
It's just there. Fuck it. Buy our toys.
Since Liam isn't as active on the Discord, and I don't remember if he replied or not, I'd like to ask him a question I got Jeff's opinion on. Which would you rather see happen first? Pirate-themed rider or ninja-themed rider? Thank you for your feedback, and see you next week. Ian.
Pirate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting... I just think pirates are cooler than ninjas, honestly.
I disagree. I find ninjas far cooler than pirates.
I disagree. I think you're an idiot.
I'm glad that you disagree with that opinion, because I'm not an idiot.
Oh, shit. We're getting a ninja rider with the movie. Kamen Rider.
That's silly. He's just a fucking, like,
a whole clan of ninjas.
He's only gonna be in a damn movie. I want, like, a series. And I want it to be about, like... They could do a really cool, like, tactical Black Ops / Ninjas series. Where it's, like, a good organization, good, quote-unquote, versus, like, an evil organization. And they have to, like, infiltrate bases and shit and, like, root out underground cells, and... That'd be dope.
I think I would want a pirate show where the main character sees himself as a modern-day pirate and... sort of wanders around Japan and wanders around the waters around Japan and, like, rights wrongs and steals from the rich and all that fun stuff. That'd be a fun character.
You mean a bunch of things pirates didn't do?
Well, okay, that, like, romanticized Japanese pirates do. Obviously, I'm not going to have a main character who runs around raping and murdering and pillaging. You can't have that. But, like, a sort of, like,
drunk
roguish...
rapist murderer.
A sort of, like, roguish, sort of Robin Hood-style protagonist who, like, sees himself as the last true pirate or something would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd like something like that.
You just want Kamen Rider One Piece.
Sure. You know what? Fuck it.
He builds his fucking pirate crew.
He builds a pirate crew.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I could get behind that. One Piece is
my idea is also good, though.
Sure. I like ninja cells. They're more likely to do ninjas than... They're more likely to do ninjas than pirates, I'd say. I'd say that's coming soon.
Yeah, I don't know. Ghost had a pirate ship for no reason.
Yeah, Ghost was... Yeah, that was dumb. We almost had a pirate form for Ghost. That was one of the forms you could vote on. Yeah, I believe was Blackbeard.
People wanted Pythagoras instead or whatever.
I think they voted Napoleon. No, was it Napoleon they voted? Yeah, it was.
You wanted Napoleon.
I do love Napoleon.
I wanted Blackbeard.
Blackbeard's so cool.
Drunk rapist murderer. So, our next email is from Shadowlight, who says, Dear Rider Club Radio, first of all, still enjoying both the podcast and the Discord server.
Cool.
I would also like to thank you for answering my questions this far. To me, it feels like we're a few episodes away from Masamune's defeat in the series. If Dan were to survive the battle but be held in court, what do you think his sentence would be? With all the shit Masamune has done thus far, I can see him getting the death penalty for crimes against humanity itself.
I would say they're not going to give him the death penalty because it's a show for kids, but they definitely give him life. That's for sure. Or he'd be one of those guys. He got out of a life
sentence before. He'll do it again.
Or he'd be one of those guys who gets the death penalty and just kind of is on death row forever.
He's going to get murdered. Yeah, like they were discussing it in the Discord, and they found out that under like very, very rare circumstance, Japan still has the death penalty.
That's interesting. I guess Masamune is technically a mass murderer, a mass deleter.
Yeah, but then again, like if they bring all the people back, he's literally only murdered one person. And it's Hiro's girlfriend.
That's interesting.
Who he technically didn't even murder. Graphite did.
Whatever prosecutor gets that case is going to have a very difficult job.
Oh, no doubt.
What does this count as? Kidnapping?
I don't know. I don't think it counts as anything because it was just data. Like, maybe he's got, like, a misdemeanor charge of, like, theft. Imagine
he gets, like, 40 hours community service and a $5,000 fine and they let him
off. He's gonna die.
Oh, he's probably gonna get killed by Gamdeus or something.
Yeah.
But if he does live, he's getting life in prison.
Our next email is from Jake the Snake.
Okay.
who says, "Hey Jeff and Liam, never thought I'd see the O's core metal holder show up in Exaid, but then again, Masamune is using the set for Kogami's office."
That's funny.
I appreciate the spotlight was mostly on Hiro this week, and seeing him break down in the rain after the fight was a nice touch to show how far his character has come through this arc, in my opinion. He also liked when Kiria and Dan begrudgingly worked together. And he points out that Dan lost 23 lives when he was fighting his dad.
He gives up a lot of lives in this episode. He's down to 70.
Imagine how much this show is glossing over the fact that a father has murdered his son 40 times. Questions. 1. Has Dan Masamune become the biggest douchebag character on Exaid now? Yeah, by far on Exaid.
Yeah,
I think he still has a way to go to beat Gold Drive for being the biggest dick in Rider.
Gold Drive or any Grongi. He's still working his way, but...
Well, I mean, there's a difference between being a douchebag and just being a psycho murderer.
That's true.
Gold Drive is a gigantic douchebag.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
I mean, there have been big douchebags before, but my mind just immediately goes back to Gold Drive every time I think about it, because it's so recent.
Who's just so evil and he loves it.
Which is a fun trait for a villain.
What about Asakura? What about, fucking Oja?
Oja, I don't know.
He's pretty evil.
He did some prickish stuff, but I would argue that the biggest prick in Ryuki is your boy Knight.
Whoa, more than fucking Zolda?
Maybe. It's a close race. There's a difference between being evil and being a prick. And I think Knight does a lot of douchebaggy things. But I would probably, if I had to give it to somebody, it'd probably be Zolda.
Yeah, Zolda's a pretty big dick. He's so smug.
He is a smug douche.
Yes, to answer the question, yes, Masamune is definitely the biggest douche.
He is by far. Dan, his son was very close, but now he's gone straight.
Yeah, he's cleaned himself up.
Question 2. Any favorite new touches / ticks on a character's transformation sequence at this point in Exaid? I really dig how Dan crosses his arms like an X whenever he henshins into dangerous zombies since his revival, and getting the Gashat back. And I love that in this ep he was already finished transforming before he busted through his portrait. Thank you, and looking forward to the next episode as always, Jake the Snake.
I hope Brave keeps calling people cancer.
I do too. That is such a cool line.
But I hope he saves it. Only when he comes up against the worst motherfuckers does he say it.
God, that is the coolest line. I think the coolest line before might have been, I don't tell my name to those I'm going to kill.
That's so cliche, though. Every anime has that line.
I don't think so.
I'll fucking kill you before I tell you who I am.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Chase said it, too.
That's what I'm saying when Chase said it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's a tough one. I guess I haven't been paying too close of attention to how people transform differently as time goes along.
Usually they just simplify their movements. At the beginning they do the whole thing, and then maybe they do a little bit of it, and then they just kind of stop later on. Emu doesn't do any crazy arm movements anymore, he just does it.
I like that Muteki, his transformation into Muteki, he transforms into Max Gamer or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, Max Gamer fires him like a rocket out of the top of it.
Yeah.
I love that. I think that's cool as hell. And he also looks great.
Nope.
Our next email is from Don Piontis. Hey, RCR. Honestly, this week's episode didn't surprise me. Hiro goes back to the good side. He's wearing his white jacket. Duh. Everybody lives happily ever after, and nobody dies. Saki was already dead, even though graphite is still an option. If Taiga actually died, that would have been a shocker and a great sacrifice for Hiro's development. Nico would loathe him, but who cares?
I wanted Taiga to die, for the record.
It's a little opposite opinion from me, I guess.
Mm.
Saki... the fact that Saki was already dead doesn't undermine the fact that he's lost her forever in his own mind.
Like, he had a chance. A brief chance.
Like, that was his literal only chance to have the only person he's ever cared about back in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to give it up to not be a murderer.
Do you think they're going to pull some horse shit and bring her back anyway at the end?
No.
They better not, or I'll kill him. I'll fly to Japan.
That is an American television show thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that.
Okay.
If they do that, it wouldn't, like, shock me, but I would be very disappointed.
That would be very cheap.
Questions. Number 1, as you know, most of the Showa riders are cyborgs. However, having a cyborg rider series consecutively might get stale for the revamped Showa riders. I'm guessing he means like Amazons?
Yeah.
Instead, what would you guys have some of them be? For example, Stronger could be like Amazon, but as an elemental insect humanoid, like an electrical rhinoceros beetle. Or Super-1 could be a human with kung fu and chi powers like Iron Fist. I just realized Super-1 is a combination of Fourze and Meteor. Not too familiar with Super-1.
I guess he's like a kung fu guy that goes to space, yeah?
Yeah. I'm guessing that was the idea, because Fourze was like the anniversary series.
Make a little homage.
I don't know how I feel about the electrical rhinoceros beetle.
I think cyborgs are fine.
I do
but maybe if I were making like a series that was supposed to be more like gritty and realistic, I would make it maybe that like maybe young college student Takeshi Hongo gets in a horrible motorcycle accident, but they rebuild him so like his arm is a robot and also he can transform, I guess. Like, you have...
It falls apart when you get to that point in any situation.
Well, he lost his arm, so we'll give him an arm. And also we'll give him the ability to turn into a cyborg grasshopper. But why, Doctor? Just put the belt on him.
There's a novel version of Kamen Rider that... I forget what it's called, but it's like a retelling of the original series that's set in front of like an actual backdrop of where history was at that point. And... the suit that Kamen Rider, like, Hongo wears as Kamen Rider is actually just a suit that he's wearing over top of his horrible mutated grasshopper robot body.
Yeah.
And, like, his transformation is turning into the monster, and then he, like, puts the suit on over it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I guess that would be alright. It wouldn't make for, like, a dynamic transformation sequence.
I would like a cyborg, maybe born in an accident. That's what I would like. I think there's nothing at all wrong with a cyborg.
I don't know. Like, the born in an accident thing I'm against. There's something really unsettling if you don't visualize Shocker and, like, the weird, like, spider monster with the big head or whatever that does it. There's something very unsettling about you're just, like, driving along and suddenly you're, like, knocked the fuck out and kidnapped and forced against your will to be surgically turned into a machine. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be a great start to a series that's dark like Amazon's. Like, the first could have been that if it wasn't also terrible.
If it wasn't the worst thing ever created, yeah.
I'm fine with them being cyborgs, though. I don't think that's as limiting.
What if it's like a J thing where it's an accident, but the people who pick you up are like, here's a guy who's on the verge of death. We can just put whatever machines we want in him. Fuck it. We need him.
And they're Earth spirits?
No. They're just like a company and they're desperate to have someone like a... They're desperate to have like a RoboCop.
Yeah, I was about to say they made this movie already. It's called RoboCop.
Yeah, just make RoboCop. Just make RoboCop as a writer.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Fuck it.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Question number 2. After seeing Jin being legally blind, would it be a great idea to have a rider whose real identity is a handicapped person? And when he transforms, it temporarily fixes his legs? It'd be more convincing than Drive. Surely a person on crutches cannot perform a rider kick. Actually, typing this idea out, it reminded me of Captain Marvel Jr. Don Piantis.
I don't know who Captain Marvel Jr. is. I don't read comic books.
You don't know Captain Marvel Jr.?
No.
Do you know Captain Marvel? Like Shazam?
Okay, yeah, because there's 2 Captain Marvels. But
like Shazam, Billy Batson was like a dirty orphan, right?
Yeah.
and he had a friend who was also an orphan, who was like older than him, like a teenager, named Freddie Freeman, who like Captain Marvel was like, he didn't tell him he was Captain Marvel. Billy didn't. So Captain Marvel was fighting Captain Nazi,
of course,
because that was this time period.
Yeah.
And Captain Nazi gets knocked into a lake, and he comes out of the lake and destroys the boat that Freddie Freeman and his dad are fishing in, thus murdering Freddie Freeman's father and crippling Freddie Freeman. So Captain Marvel, feeling sorry for this situation that he had a hand in, gives part of the Wizard Shazam's powers to Freddie Freeman, and when Freddie Freeman says Captain Marvel, he transforms into a Captain Marvel version of himself.
Oh.
So he's Captain Marvel Jr., which is it's interesting. His weakness is he cannot say his own name.
Yeah. They play that up in Miracle Man, Alan Moore's Miracle Man.
Yeah, Miracle Man
really
is
good.
so fucking good.
I like that they actually address how much of a fucking ripoff Miracle Man was.
Yeah, that is fun.
It's where the Doctor is like, yeah, I just fucking picked up this comic book about Captain Marvel, and I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good idea. Let's do that.
Well, Miracle Man was Marvel Man, which is even more of a fucking ripoff.
Yeah.
But it was just a way to skirt around copyright, because the company couldn't print Captain Marvel comics anymore, and they wanted to still make money, so...
Yeah. Damn
That's
shame.
your comic book lesson for the day.
There you go. Jeff's comic book corner.
I don't think there's anything wrong with having a rider that transforms and gains the ability to walk or something.
No, I think that'd be cool. They could play that up. It's emotional.
Yeah. I mean... There's a whole thing in Miracle Man about that, where like the schlubby guy transforms into like the perfect super god or whatever, and he... Like, there's a real emotional problem that develops in the guy because of that. Because that's not really him,
like
right?
His brain thinks differently when he's like that, and it feels like he's a different person, yeah.
God, that comic's good.
It's so fucking good.
But, yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd be down.
We have one last email, and it's from James. And he says, "Hey guys, been a while since I sent an email. Been busy with work. Before questions, I'd like to say Liam is wrong again, and that Muteki is awesome.
Nope.
I was like him once when I saw Muteki for the first time, but now I know better. I also like how critical sparking is a combination of a laggy version of Akuma's Raging Demon and Kenshiro's pressure point technique, with how Emu says the game is already over."
I thought about Raging Demon when he did it, that thing with Akuma. It looks a lot like it.
It is a lot like Raging Demon. First question. Same as when I asked during Ghost last year, which secondary, extra, movie, or Dark Rider do you want a Gashat of, and who would use it? I want a Gatak and Knuckle Gashat used by Laser, with Jet Combat Level 2 as the jingle for Gatak, and Knockout Fighter jingle for Knuckle. Oh, fuck.
Knock
its knuckles.
Knock its knuckles. I'm not going to say Knight. I'm going to say the one who should have a Gashat is Baron.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he would absolutely be used by Brave, and it would give him like a banana sword.
That's perfect.
It's a banana sword, and then it flips to the other side into like a pineapple sword, or like a mango sword, I mean. Bam.
Not bad.
Baron. That's my idea. What about you?
God, that's tough. God, that's so tough. I'll tell you what. I would like for there to be a G3X Gashat.
Mm-hmm.
And it uses Gekitotsu robots for the jingle.
Oh, yeah.
And you get like a giant-ass cannon.
Yeah,
and it would be used by Snipe.
Of course.
And it'd be awesome.
How about a G3X Gashat, but there's no Gashat, it's just a suit. You just have to go and put it on. With the spandex and everything, you gotta struggle with it.
It would be like when you transform, the like pieces would like float around you, and you'd have to reach and put them on.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That'd be really dope.
Yeah.
That's my choice, and I'm sticking to it.
Not a bad choice.
Question 2. What Rider series do you guys want to have a Christmas special? I would rewrite Wizard's Own and give Ghost one. Ooh.
The Ghost Christmas special. What the hell would that be about?
It would be the fucking A Christmas Tale, A Christmas Story, whatever.
Christmas Story?
Scrooge.
Oh,
Scrooge story.
Okay. Christmas Carol.
A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
It would be Scrooge with I don't know, fucking Adele as Scrooge.
The fucking story was pretty much Adele as Scrooge.
Holy shit, that's what he wrote. Hold on. The wizard could have him fight the Krampus Phantom, who wants to steal all the presents in the world to bring the kids of the world in despair. That's good.
Okay.
In Ghost, the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future Ganma appear. Yeah. Takeru needs the power of the Santa icon to help them fight them. That's really good. It would be Ghost, so it would be terrible, but
yeah,
I appreciate the effort.
I would make a Kuga Christmas special that had zero rider shit in it. It was just Kuga taking a bus up to visit his relatives.
Having a nice Christmas.
And maybe there's some conflict, like someone gets someone a shitty present, and then at the very end a Grongi shows up.
Just and like says, a Kuga Merry episode. Christmas, and gives everybody presents.
Just like a Kuga episode. It's just drama and character, and then a Grongi shows up, and Kuga kicks it for like 2 minutes, and that's the end.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, I'd love the shit of that. What about you?
I would give Fies a Christmas special.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody would be really fucking sad all the time. And then Santa Claus would show up, but it turns out that he's fucking horrible undead. And he fucking like kills everyone who everyone loves, and somehow Fies gets blamed for all of it.
Santa Claus becomes an orphanok. And he instantly decides
I just keep
evil.
Fucking mixing it with Blade for some reason,
because
I was gonna say Blade to begin with.
I was like, undead, what?
No, he's an orphanok.
He's an orphanok, and yeah.
He murders everyone loves, and they all blame it on Takumi.
Because obviously Kusaka told them to, and he has no reason to lie.
Last question. What rider do you guys want to be for Halloween? I would choose Gaim Orange and Kachidoki, Genmu Zombie Gamer and Exaid Maximum Gamer, and Muteki Gamer. You can't be all of these things for Halloween. It's one day. James.
You have to run home, get like a fifth of a bag full of candy, run home, change, get the next fifth, run home, change, get the third fifth. It's a nightmare.
Heck, with Genmu, I could stand in a dark alley at night and scare the shit out of people passing by. Have a good one and good luck at the con, which is Magfest, which is we're going to that.
At Jan, we're not gonna have a booth or anything. We're just gonna be walking around.
No, we'll just be there, and none of you know what we look like, so you're fucked anyway.
Good luck. If you hear our voices, follow it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Rider Club Radio shirt that I might bring or something.
I'll bring mine. Absolutely, fuck it.
Yeah. That's probably it. If you see Josh Henderson from Continue, and there's a guy with glasses and a beard who isn't Nick Murphy with him, it's probably me. And if there's a smaller guy with glasses and a beard with that guy, that's probably Liam.
It's like we're like those Russian dolls of bearded glasses guys.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Nesting. What rider do you want to be for Halloween?
Oh, fuck.
Dangerous Zombie would be perfect for Halloween.
Absolutely perfect.
But if I could only pick one rider suit to be, I would probably be Kamen Rider the First.
Yeah.
Rider 1.
Yeah, that's not a bad choice.
Because that suit is unbelievably cool. It's still the coolest suit in Rider history.
I would be oh god, I'd be a ride player. I like ride players.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's
out of all the riders in history,
I'd be a ride player.
That would be a pretty good group costume to do, though.
Yeah, that would be. Get 5 guys together and do a ride player thing.
I think there's one costume I've really wanted to do, and I think I've talked to you and some of our friends about it a couple times. to do like Zek Troopers.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Because it wouldn't be that difficult. You just got to get helmets.
Yeah.
And then, like, everything else is just, like, a black jumpsuit and, like, a fake toy gun.
Yeah, like a vest.
Yeah.
Kenzaki Shiro was a Zek Trooper.
You saw what happened to him.
I love that bit when they're like, you, take your helmet off, and it's fucking Kenzaki Shiro. I was like, what the hell?
This is what happened to him.
This is what he did in the new timeline.
Thanks for writing in, everybody. You helped us pad out this episode well.
Thanks. And you might be wondering, are we just going to be watching one episode forever?
Well, no, I say!
We're going to start watching Sentai, but not Q Ranger.
No, sorry everybody who was hoping for that.
Starting next week, we're going to watch 2 episodes of Choujin Sentai Jetman every week.
Every single week, 2 episodes. You can keep up with us. It was subbed by Grown Ups in Spandex, right?
Yes, Grown Ups in Spandex did the whole series, so go to their website and check it out if you want to follow along.
And if you don't want to follow along, then there will be a really weird portion of every episode where you don't know what we're talking about.
Jetman's a show I've wanted to watch for a long time. I like Gatchaman, and I like Pre-Fi Zenoe, so I think I'll enjoy it.
I wonder if we're going to be able to, like, pick out little Inoue-isms.
Oh, I'm sure.
That are being, like, slowly developed in Jetman.
I'm sure. It's a huge, like, a lot of stuff in it is a Gatchaman ripoff, too.
Oh, there's it's straight up Gatchaman.
There's the Red Eagle protagonist, there's the chubby, like, owl guy who's kind of silly, the girl's a swan, the black condor is like the guy who doesn't play by the rules. Like, it's just fucking
Liam's favorite before we even start the series.
Joe the Condor.
I bet you love Joe the Condor.
I do love Joe the Condor, actually.
Dude, I'm all Ken the Eagle all day, every day.
Cool,
Ken the Eagle is a fucking boss, dude. I love how every time they get into a situation or whatever, like the team works together, you know, it works out fine. But every time Ken goes off by himself, he just succeeds. Like, he doesn't need the team. I love that. Because
he's the leader. Everyone else is just dragging him down.
Sometimes he does worse when he's with the team.
Oh, Gatchaman fucking is the best.
I love it. If you haven't watched Gatchaman, go watch it.
Yeah.
It's really fucking cool. But also watch Jetman, because we're going to be watching that.
Also watch Jetman with us starting next week.
You can come and hang out in the Discord with a bunch of people who sort of kind of like Rider Club Radio. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But Liam will not be there, since he's never used Discord in his life.
Probably not. I go there like once a month for about 5 minutes.
Why are you the way you are?
Why do
you do the things the way you do?
I just don't think about Discord. Unless somebody prompts me to go to Discord, I don't go to Discord.
I guess I could prompt you every now and then, but fuck.
Prompt me every night to go to Discord.
I'll prompt you every night, alright.
Oh,
but I'm not your fucking... I'm not like your fucking keeper. I'm not like opening your cage door and going, alright, Bobo, go dance.
Time to go to the Discord and entertain the patrons.
They're not patrons. They're not giving us any fucking money.
I could drop my Patreon here. I could drop my PayPal.
Yeah. Liam has a Patreon. If you search up Liam Shitface 2 Girls 1 Cup, then you can send him all the money you want.
What? What?
I just tried to think of the most disgusting things I could think of.
Liam Bad Stupid Poop. That's his Patreon.
Got him!
Zing.
I was gonna use your last name, even though, like, I already fucking, like, advertised your Twitter and everything on our Twitter, so it doesn't matter. And you can follow our Twitter at Rider Club Radio.
Or you can... what's the other thing I usually talk... You can send us an email.
What a dumbass.
I always do the Twitter, so when you tell me to do the email, I just blank. You can send us an email to riderclubradio@gmail.com.
Or you can send us money.
Or you can send us money also to gmail.com.
Yeah. We don't have a PayPal set up, but you can just send it in an envelope.
We'll give you the address. Unmarked bills.
123 Fake Street.
Bearer bonds preferred.
War bonds accepted.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week, everybody.
Watch Jetman.
Watch Jetman, yeah.
Yeah.